यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ओम ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान घन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तोत्र वेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। May the Almighty Shri Lord Venkateshwara, who is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, bestow all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and the entire your family members and friends. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita, verse number 15 of 9th chapter. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Jnana Yajnena Chapyanye Yajanto Mamupasate Yekatvena Prathaktvena Bahudha Vishwato Mukham. In the last verse, Bhagavan Krishna just explained the devotee how many varieties of attributes, means that attitude that he has. So instead of saying attitude, we can say, so how many varieties of glory. So he is a effortful person. So yatna shilaha, that's what yatantaha, dridhavrataha, so firmness, determined, and satatam kirtayantaha, they enjoy by doing kirtana of Bhagavan. Then they are endowed with humility, namasyantaha, and they are nitya yuktaha, bhaktya nitya yuktaha. So they are constantly endowed with, that becomes a quality, constantly endowed with the upasana. These 5 kinds of glory every devotee should have, and he has. Therefore he is known as a bhaktaha, and that devotee. So now in this verse Bhagavan divides into 3 categories: first level, middle level, then higher level. So it becomes not according to the upasana which was explained in the last verse, but here with the understanding level. So he is categorized, so as we saw in the 7th chapter as well as in the beginning of this chapter. There are 3 levels of understanding. So Bhakta gets, not the philosophers and who wanted to just know about Ishvara. No. So dedicated one, and who is etana shilaha, dridhavrataha. So therefore this verse he has given before this verse. So total bhakti can be divided into 2. Shreyan dravyamaya yajnat jnana yajnah parantapa. In the 4th chapter, after introducing 12 kinds of yajnas, Krishna divides this bhakti into 2 categories: bhakti, yajna and yoga. So all these words, they symbolize upasana. In the 3rd chapter, Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. So there are 2 kinds of educations, lifestyles available in this universe. Lokesmin dvividha nittha pura prokta mayanagha Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. There he mentioned there are 2 kinds of lifestyles. So life which is dedicated to knowledge, and the life which is dedicated to buddhi yoga or karma yoga. So there he divided into 2 total sadhakas, but here this devotee, the devotion have been divided into 2. He says jnana yajnena and Anya Yajnana. So Jnana Yajna means knowledge oriented bhakti. And Anya Yajna means, Anya Yajna, there is no word but I am using. So other than Jnana Yajna, there are puja methods other than Advaita Bhakti. Therefore, when you accept God as a creator, the world is created. Like carpenter creates furniture, mason creates buildings, and the pot maker creates the pot. Like, so this world is created by Lord, and Lord is sitting somewhere else. This is what first level of understanding. That bhakti is known as Eka Rupa Bhakti. That's what we saw already. But he says that Eka Rupa Bhakti and the second level. So once you are matured enough in that bhakti, so you are able to travel to next level. That's what known as Madhyama Upasakaha. Madhyama means middle bhaktas, known as so Aneka Rupa Bhakti. Aneka Rupa Bhakti means so all God is one and the same. That's what the understanding. All God is nothing but one God. So one God, it appears as many God. It's a second level of bhakti. It's known as Aneka Rupa Bhakti. Then the final level, so the second level, so Eka Rupa Bhakti is converted into Aneka Rupa Bhakti because so there we accept and we understand God alone has become the universe. So God alone become as an universe. So kamayata bahusyam prajayeti satapotapyata satapastaptva. In that mantra, they said God has evolved as the world. So everything what is seen is nothing but, I gave the example, milk and curd. Okay. So when you put little bit curd in the milk, milk becomes curd, like God has become the world. This causes for Aneka Rupa Bhakti. Then finally, the world has got two kinds of nature, good and bad. So when God alone have become the world, you cannot accept. This all adharmic karya. So all these criminals, criminal tendencies, terrorism. So it's, my God, it's too much. So we cannot accept they are also God. But so if they live in their life but they are not happy, they cannot be happy. That's what their punishment is. But so Bhagavan is all pervaded into those activity too. So you cannot accept, you will become shocked. For that devotee, the final level is introduced. What is that final level? So God is the cause of the world, but He doesn't become the form of the world. He is not affected by the gunas of the world, because He is formless, arupa. Then you will start thinking and assimilating about Nirgunatvam Avishvara. Nirgunatvam means no attributes, no forms, no gunas. That's what Nirguna Swarupa Bhakti. That bhakti is known as Arupa Bhakti, otherwise known as Advaita Bhakti. So now there are three kinds of bhaktis: Arupa Bhakti or Advaita Bhakti, Aneka Rupa Bhakti or Vishwarupa Ishvara Bhakti or Vishwarupa Mukha Bhakti. Then one more bhakti, the preliminary level bhakti, is known as Eka Bhakti. So these three words you have to remember always: Eka Rupa Bhakti, Aneka Rupa Bhakti, Arupa Bhakti. Okay. So Eka Rupa Bhakti, the bhakta, the devotee thinks God is creator, world is created. God is sitting in the heaven or sitting in somewhere else. And the second level is Aneka Rupa Bhakti, the bhakta who has accepted the God alone has become the world. Then third, Arupa Bhakti. So the creation happened because of the God, but God alone exists. Creation is mithya because God cannot be affected by the world. So these three levels. So that three level bhakti alone here mentioned by Lord Krishna. He says, Jnana yajnana so cha api anye yajantaha mamupasate. So bhaktaha mamupasate. Devotees, they worship me in two categories. So what is that? So one is through complete Advaita Bhakti, another is Dvaita Bhakti. Okay, and this Dvaita Bhakti, it has got Ekarupa and Ekarupa Bhakti. But here he says in different way. Ekatvena prathatvena. Ekatvena means it's like as they accept Bhagavan as identical with themselves. You should, I will repeat again. So they have accept God as identical with themselves, because they don't find the difference between God and them. So they could identify with God. They can worship the God being the God. So will it be possible? That's what it is known as higher level. Here Ekatva Bhakti means Advaita Bhakti. It's a Uttama Adhikarinaha Bhakti. The highest standard Bhakta so won't find the difference between God and him. He will have that identification. So God becomes identical to him. That's what his buddhi has got, that much capacity to assimilate, that much capacity to understand. Then the next is Prithaktvena. Prithaktvena means Madhyamadhikari. So he also thinks God is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, but he thinks God is other than me. Okay, therefore it is known as Prithaktvena. So he is not thinking God has his identical form. So he thinks, different from him. Therefore, Prithakva Bhakti. And Adhama student, they think Bahudha. Bahudha means everyone, they have their own God. So we have, so many varieties. Chaturmukha, Panchamukha, Shanmukha and Vishwatomukha. So all difference with, Chaturmukha Brahma. Many people may ask why your God has many heads. Then you should think why it is kept 4 heads. It symbolizes 4 tattva, 4 Vedas. So Brahmaji, who is the creator, the creation depends on the knowledge. Knowledge has been divided into 4 Vedas. Vedas means knowledge. Ved means knowledge. Vedas, which is in the form of sound, but it talks about a complete knowledge through which everything is expanded. Whatever that we are studying now, this is Upanishadic knowledge alone. Therefore, Vedas, so every Veda becomes 1 head of Brahmaji. And Panchamukha, so Lord Shiva has got Panchamukha. Sadhyo jatam prapadyami sadhyo jataya vai namo namaha bhave bhave nati bhave bhavasvamam bhavodbhavaya namaha vamadevaya namo jyethaya namah shrethaya namo rudraya namah kalaya namah kalavikarnaya namo balavikarnaya namo balaya namo balapramathanaya namah sarvabhutadamanaya namo manonmanaya namaha अघोरेभ्यो थघोरेभ्यो घोरघोरतरेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः सर्वशर्वेभ्यो नमस्ते अस्तु रुद्ररूपेभ्यः तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् ईशानः सर्वविद्यानां ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपतिर्ब्रह्मणोऽधिपतिर्ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवोम. 5 phases. Satyojadam, Vamadevam, Tatpurusham, Aghoram, Ishanam. 5 phases. And Shanmukhaha. So Lord Kartikeya has got Shanmukhaha. But Lord Mahavishnu has got Sagasra Shirsha Purushaha, Sagasrakshas Sagasrapat, Sabhumim Vishvato Vritva, Atyatishthad Dashangulam, Purusha eveda gum sarvam yad bhutan yaccha bhavyam udamritatvasyeşanaha yadannenatirohati etavanasya mahima. So it's joyful, So when these chantings are wonder, when you hear that itself it's a joyful thing. When, if by God's grace, if you learned how to chant properly, my God, that's what the great thing one is to get in the human life. I feel that itself moksha. So when you are using this mouth, so many, whenever we open our mouth, we want to share something. We want to show about ourselves, or we want to comment on somebody's work, or we want to, say somebody's defects or something, in order to beg, we open the mouth. But these all chantings, they themselves, they are Ishvaras. Nada Rupa Parabrahma, Shabda Rupa Brahma. So Vedas means, so when you chant, your mind and your body becomes tool of that, because it is observed in you first. So it's a beautiful method which we have, that too solid method. That too in South India, so in 4 states, all these 4 states, 4 states means, what I mean to say, Andhra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. So the 4 of this South Indians, we have proper chanting method, and there are acharyas who teach perfectly. My God, who teach very perfectly, and Tirumala has got that special, so this Vedic pariksha and all, that Veda paripalanam becomes the main job of human being. That's because of anugraha of Venkateshwara, it is done, because many people, they give pariksha to they go for exam. So that becomes backbone of all kind of pujas, yajnas, yagas, homas, kumbhabhishekas, worship. So Veda becomes the source. Now Mahavishnu becomes Sahasra Shirusha Purushaha. He is 1,000 crore head person. Because whatever the head, so wherever the human being is there, or any other head, is nothing but Mahavishnu's head. So beautiful. Vishwato Mukha worship. So worshipping every head is nothing but Mahavishnu, means Venkateshwara. It becomes, Vishwato Mukha Bhakti. But in every head, Venkateshwara exists, but not having any modifications. As the Parabrahman, as the potential cause, being omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. So that's what the glory. Sarvajnaha, Sarvavit, Sarvashaktiman, Venkateshwara. So glory, this is the devotion. So development in the devotion. Every Alvars, Nayanmars, they have developed themselves by adopting these 3 methods. That's what Krishna says. There are 3 levels of bhaktis. So one can get improvement within themselves by understanding about my glories. Being Ekarupa Bhakti, he can travel to Anekarupa Bhakti, means Madhyama Bhakti. Then he can come to Arupa Bhakti, which is known as Ekatva Bhakti, or otherwise called Advaita Bhakti. That's what, when you chant, so you become the Swarupa itself or himself. Bhuv padavyasya nabhir asura nilas chandra surya uchanetre. Just mind expands when you say. So this all, earth and sky becomes the body of Ishvara. Even in the 11th verse is going to give that Vishwato Mukha Dhyanam, Bhakti. So at that time, you cross your limitation, because our buddhi has its own limit. But by these shlokas, which has come from Bhagavan's mouth, it will make you to expand, that you can feel the expansion. So when we chant Vishnu Sahasranama, when we chant this Bhagavad Gita 11th chapter, you yourself can see that Vishwarupa, so has expanded. Vishwarupam, Vishwameva Ishvara Rupaha can be experienced. That's what Bhagavan says. So these people, they worship in the form of everything, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent me. So he himself continues to explore what kind of understanding take place. So many understandings take place. So what are they? That's what he is going to say from the next words. Let us read it. Aham kraturaham yajnaha swadhaham aushadham mantrohamaham evajyam aham agniraham hutam. Aham kratuhu. You know these technical words, a little bit, so we have to take support from the Vedas. Kratuhu means, we call it yajna visheshaha. Yajna visheshaha. There are two kinds of yajnas. The yajnas which are prescribed from Vedas, and the yajnas which is prescribed from the Puranas. You know, there are yajnas, yajna mantras even in the Purana. Markandeya Purana contains Devi Mahatmyam. That is what we perform as a Chandi Homa. Chandi Homa means Nava Chandi, Sahasra Chandi, Shata Chandi. So that's nothing but from Puranas. And there are so many yajnas, rituals, we call it Shrautam. Shrautam means from Vedas. Then Smartham means from the Pauranika, means from Puranas. Smrtis, not even Purana, Smrtis. So any Smrti. So this yajna is nothing but me. The formula itself is me. Kratuhu means yajna visheshaha, rituals. So rituals which are prescribed by Vedas, it's nothing but me. Aham yajnaha. So that's two kinds of yajnas, from Agama, from Purana, then Vedas. So both I am. And there are so many huge yajnas, you know. So we call it Ashwamedha Yaga and Vishwajit Yaga, Vajapeya Yaga. So all these yajnas are nothing but me. Aham Swadha. Swadha means it's Pituhu Mantraha. So the mantras which are used for Pitruhu. Then Aham Aushadham. Then Aham Aushadham means I am the plants. It has got three meanings, I suppose, but two meanings are taken here. Plants means that which provides food, and I am the plant means the yajnarthe. So in the yajna, whatever the material we use in the form of samits, that also called aushadhaha. We can take it the material for the yajna. Mantraha ahameva. Then the chanting mantras, that I am alone. So when you perform yajna, so any yajna you should chant mantra. So that sankalpa, mantra, and so every samarpanam is in the form of mantra. That is me alone. Ahameva ajyam, aham agnihi. I am the ghee. I am the ghee and I am the fire too. Aham hutam. That offering also, it's me. I think you should remember one verse from 4th chapter. Brahmarpanam brahmahavihi brahmagnau brahmanahutam brahmaivate nagantavyam brahma karma samadhina. There this Brahma Jnanam means Vedanta Adhyayanam itself becomes an yajna. That's what understanding we had over there. But here Bhagavan himself says, I am in the form of yajna, I am in the form of fire, I am in the form of ghee, I am in the form of mantras. So that we will continue, we will see more elaborately, means in more easiest way to understand why Bhagavan says like this, how it is true, how far can be adapted in our life, all those things. With the blessings of Venkateshwara, we will continue. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। ओम नमो वेंकटेशाय।